Hi, here we are again. Hi. Yes, what's up, Sammy? The usual. The fan. Oh, I see. but I have another question. Okay, ask. What's down under? Underwear? Ha! Your underwear. Your underwear is down under. Sammy, you tricked me. So, today we're going to have some great stories about courage and bravery. Courage? What's that? Good that you asked. Courage is the ability to do something that frightens one, and bravery is the ability to control that fear in a dangerous or difficult situation. I feel less. It's not so much about having no fear at all, but overcoming that fear courageously and bravely. I'm brave. Well, okay. Let's see. He says he's brave. Shall we test him? All right, let's do it.
We are one, we are different. We're from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same ocean. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. We be amongst the stars, and we know that it's destiny. That we are unity. We are unity.
Okay, Sammy, you say you're brave. Let's test it out. I've here a balloon. Are you afraid of balloons? No. Let's test it out. What did you do? Yeah, Sammy, you didn't know how to whistle. No, I'm not afraid of whistles. Okay, let's try it one more time. Huh? See that you're not. Take courage, okay? See, I'm courageous. Yeah, now it's easy that you know. Yes, you have to have faith that everything's going to work out fine. All right? So now let's get started. We have a couple of great videos to explain to us what really is to be courageous and bravery. Okay? And then it's a great song after that, How to Overcome.
What is courage? Does everybody have it? Where on earth do you find it? Well, you can't buy it at the store. You've seen superheroes who show courage. They are powerful, bold, and brave. But you don't have to look and act like a superhero to have courage. Real heroes like policemen, firemen, doctors, and soldiers show courage by protecting and helping others. But courage is inside all of us. You just have to find it and use it. In fact, we practice big and small acts of courage every day. There are lots of things we tell ourselves that we believe. Sometimes that voice tells us we are afraid. But you can tell that voice, "Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I choose to be brave and face my fears." You can say, "My fears won't stop me." You can say, "I must do something." You can say, "I can do it." This is the courageous voice inside you, and it's inside all of us. It makes us feel strong, powerful, and confident. But you have to choose your courageous voice and listen to it. Courage is the bold lion voice that roars loudly, telling you to be brave and stand up to a bully or do something that scares you. Courage is also the gentle mouse voice that whispers to you that everything will be okay, to try again, to believe in yourself. The courageous voice reminds us to be honest and kind, to step outside ourselves to help others in need. When you have courage, it doesn't mean you aren't afraid. Having courage means no matter what comes your way, you do what is right. You try your best. You might fail and you might fall, but having courage means you get back up and try again. Courage helps you face your fears and do the right thing, even if it's hard. Courage pushes you to stand up for yourself and for others. Courage is kind and gentle. You must have courage to be able to choose love over hate and anger. With courage, you can take action and be your best self. Courage feels good. When you have courage, you feel like a superhero. So choose the courageous voice and listen to it. Let's find the courage in us and let it shine.
Superheroes have courage. Those who fight fires and crimes do too. Lots of people have courage, and so do you. But what does that really mean? Courage. On this episode, we explore that question. I'm Vivian, welcome to the show, and let's get this started. We're all afraid of something, like I'm afraid of spiders, monsters, and zombies. I'm really afraid of zombies. They all walk weird and they're super creepy. People fear things all the time, and it can be anything, like speaking in front of others or trying a new hobby, or saying hello to the new kid. That should be easy, right? Hello. See, that's easy. But lots of people are afraid of making new friends, and it's okay. It's about having the courage to face our fears. And a great thing happens when we face our fears and say, take that fear, get out of here because I got this. We feel proud of our accomplishments. And you never know, you may find something you like, maybe even love. Okay, I've got a secret. I was afraid of speaking in front of people. That's right, I was afraid, scared, petrified. Like, here come the creepy zombies petrified. I would get up in front of a group and freeze, like nothing came out. That was me, and I was scared to start taking theater. But I found something I love, and now I don't even have to think about being on stage in front of a lot of people. Or sitting here talking to you about courage. I say, get out of here, fear, I got this, and that makes me want to dance. That felt good. But sometimes we don't feel like dancing. Like when we have to do something we really don't want to. Like stand up to a friend or speak up for what we feel is right, no matter what others may think of it. Now, this takes courage. I get a lump in my throat just thinking about it. It's right about here. If your friend has done something that feels wrong or disagree with you, what would you do? How would you show courage in this situation? What about when we're trying something new and it doesn't go well? We've all been there, and I've been there too. Do we give up and say, that's just not right for me? Or do we try again? Remember that old ugly guy, Fear? Well, get out of here, Fear. I got this. Go courage. You ever done something that you know is wrong, like you shouldn't be doing it? Maybe it was at home or something at school. You did it and thought, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Bad idea. It happens, but it's part of learning, and it's going to be okay. We are all just kids. We don't know everything. That's what we do in life. We learn stuff. You got that? Here's the thing. When we do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, or act out, do we have the courage to stand up and admit we were wrong? Go courage! Sometimes it's hard, because we don't want to get in trouble or feel embarrassed. But admitting you are wrong and taking responsibilities for our actions takes courage too. Go courage! Here's the bottom line, people. We all fear stuff, but it's okay. The question is, what are we going to do about it? When we face the fear and say, get out of here, fear, we can accomplish great things. We can have a voice. Keep trying until we make it. Yes! And we learn to accept our mistakes, learn from them, and take on new challenges. No one wants to keep thinking about their mistakes. Should we start to that one? Can we do that one again? Can you bring me a vanilla latte? I'm really not this difficult. Yeah, I'm not thinking about that. What are you afraid of right now, and what are you going to do to have the courage to face it? Let us know by commenting on this video. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to our channel so we can keep sharing great videos with you. That's the show, and thanks for watching. I'm Vivian, this is Rocket Kids, and remember to always be your best self.
It's burning inside, the hurting and the suffering minds, creating anger, fear and pain, suffocating our times. The tougher it gets, the rougher social media cries. But we see to it that we tweeting only negative lines. We're sick and tired of history, but repeating it twice. Greed, anger and violence, clearly stealing our nights. Feeling it tight between the shoulders with a chill in the spine. Pinching myself, waking up, trying to stop the rewind and move forward towards stories, overcoming our fears. Choosing love over hate, praying, trading hugs over tears. There's only one choice, breaking down the walls and repair every broken heart on this planet till there's no longer fear.
Walls can't hold us in. Fear can't keep us down. Love will rise again. Yeah, it's rising right now. We shall overcome.
Every time I think it's gonna take much longer,
We shall overcome.
every time I question, am I getting stronger?
We have just begun.
Gonna make a change, we gotta push much farther.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Young Gandhi couldn't fathom how to deal with himself when he was thrown off the train and the pain that he felt. Mrs. Parks disrespected, dragged into jail because of the color of her skin, organs, tissues, and cells. One day, a young girl was shot on a bus by a man, a terrorist, part of the Taliban. He said, "On this land, you have no right to stand for what you believe in. Girls have no chance here." Well, now, that's just the story of three souls who shook our planet after being down on their knees. And it's not gonna stop. Those seeds have now become trees, and as human beings, we'll keep on digging till we find peace.
Yeah, the cynics always say that nothing ever changes. The human nature's bound to stay the same. But it couldn't be more plain that violence never pays, injustice never stays. It's bound to fade away. What if history awaits? What if today's the day? We already know the way, so let's all lead the way. We shall overcome.
Every time I think it's gonna take much longer,
We shall overcome.
every time I question, am I getting stronger?
We have just begun.
Gonna make a change, we gotta push much farther.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. Come on now.
I will carry on.
I will carry
Yeah, I will carry on.
I will carry on.
After we're gone,
Long after
the
we're
roots
gone.
of the tree we plant will be strong.
Yeah, come on. Yep. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
Makes me wanna sing now. We shall overcome.
Every time I think it's gonna take much longer,
We shall overcome.
every time I question, am I getting stronger?
We shall overcome.
Make a change, we gotta push much farther. Cause I'm
Someday.
feeling it deep in my heart.
Deep in my
I
heart,
do believe.
I do believe.
I do believe.
We shall overcome someday.
Come on, put your hearts together. Here we go. Woo! I knew it. God had a plan for us to do it. To hit rock bottom before we rise and continue. To first learn greed before we learn to be human. To do wrong deeds before we learn to spread beauty. There's always a plan, and now it's time to take a stand for the right of the planet, every woman and man. We ain't gonna stop, only growing our demands for all beings to feel peace in every heart and land. Thank you, Lord, for the strength and the courage to bring us together and keep our souls nourished. These tough times will only drown in our chorus, cause we all believe that the truth is before us. We shall overcome this pain. We shall overcome this day. We pray for love to lead the way.
We shall overcome.
love to lead the way. We all have a vision inside of us. A vision that could change the world we live in. A vision for which we would drop anything if only we knew it would succeed. We stand on the threshold of change, yet we stay there. The risk is too great, the cost too high. The storm ahead seems too powerful for us to handle. And then we hear it. A quiet whisper at first, turning into a resounding roar in our hearts. Be strong and courageous. At the heart of vision, we must find courage. Courage to step out and be seen. Courage to explore and pioneer. Courage to leave the old and embrace the new. Courage to stand your ground and courage to run the race. Courage to give it everything we have, heart and soul, because He said, I'll be with you. I won't give up on you. To be strong and courageous, to risk the journey and to follow the vision God has placed inside of us. This is our call as leaders.
God's story, David and Goliath. So part of God's story is about the time David fought Goliath, and it begins like this. David was the youngest of 8 brothers. His job was being a shepherd, which meant he spent all day in a field watching sheep eat and roll around the grass. Meanwhile, some of his brothers were off with the Israeli army preparing for war against the Philistines. The Philistines were one of the toughest armies the people of Israel had to fight. So one day, David was taking food to his brothers because his dad asked him to. But when he got there, his brothers accused him of coming so he could watch the fight instead of the sheep. Since David knew in his heart he was just obeying his dad, he didn't mind being misunderstood. Anyway, while David was there, he saw a huge Philistine man, more than 9 feet tall, step onto the field between the 2 armies. He was wearing a thick helmet and armor and carrying huge weapons. His name was Goliath, and he was definitely used to being the winner. David found out that Goliath had been stepping onto the field like this every morning for the past 40 days and saying, "Give me a man and let us fight each other." But nobody from Israel was brave enough to fight him, even the king. Well, David didn't like that this giant was intimidating the Israelites. After all, they were God's special family. And because God was with the Israelites, they could have courage in any situation. So David, who wasn't even a soldier, told the king, "I'll fight against him." Nah, the king thought David was too small, but he really wanted someone to fight Goliath. So he gave in. And David knew he wasn't strong enough to beat Goliath by himself, but he believed God would be with him. So he said, "The Lord will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." The king hoped David was right. He even had his own weapons and armor put on David, but they didn't fit him. David decided to go into battle in his regular clothes. That's how sure he was that God would help him. Anyway, David went to a nearby stream and chose 5 smooth stones to use with his slingshot. Then he walked onto the battlefield to meet the massive Goliath. When Goliath saw how wimpy David looked, he was furious. He thought he'd get to fight the Israelites' strongest warrior. He said to David, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? I'll give your flesh to the birds and wild animals." David might have looked like a wimp, but he was actually really brave. In fact, he was so brave that when he was taking care of sheep, he fought off bears and lions. Because God helped him protect his sheep, David knew God would help him protect this special family. David said, "You come at me with a sword, but I come at you with the name of the Lord Almighty." He was explaining to Goliath that God was more powerful than anything. He also added that he would feed Goliath's flesh to the birds, which made the giant even more mad. Then David took a stone, put it in the slingshot, and slung it at Goliath. Goliath didn't even get a chance to swing a sword because the stone hit him right in the forehead and sunk in deep. He face-planted straight into the ground. Nobody could believe it. Then David ran over, took hold of the giant's sword, and drew it from the sheath. He took the sword and cut off Goliath's head. David carried the head all the way back to Jerusalem. And when the Philistine army realized Goliath was dead, they started running away like a bunch of scaredy cats. The Israelites chased the Philistines, shouting loudly. They had won. God used David, who was just an average kid, to rescue his people. And that's the story of David and Goliath. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. David was a shepherd. He brought his brothers lunch. He saw Goliath. Goliath scared everybody. David wasn't scared. He knew God was stronger. David fought Goliath. He used one stone. God helped him kill Goliath. The Israelites won. God's people were saved. And that's a part of God's story.
Hi, Dave Kovar here. Today I wanted to talk to you about what it means to have courage. When we think of courage, often images might come to mind of great battles or daring feats, and these things certainly can take courage. But remember, true courage isn't fearlessness, it's overcoming fear. It is doing what you know is right, even if it's not popular. Watch this next scene and tell me if you see courage being demonstrated.
Just do it. Don't be a chicken. Yeah, we'll tell him it's an accident. Come on, he's scared. I'm not chicken. I'll do it.
What do you think? Did Alex demonstrate courage or not? Some of you might think that he did because he accepted a dare, but it wasn't courage that got him to throw the ball as much as it was fear. Fear of standing up to his friends and saying, "No, I'm not going to do that." Let's watch that scene again and see how Alex handles it this time.
Just do it. Don't be a chicken. Yeah, we'll tell him it's an accident. Come on, he's scared. Are you kidding? I'm not crazy. Forget it. You really are chicken. Let's just get back to the game.
Now that was courage. That time Alex stood up for himself and did what was right. It wasn't easy, but because he did so with all the confidence he could muster up, his friends let it go. Was Alex afraid to stand up to them? I'm sure he was, but he did it anyway, and in the process he demonstrated courage. Remember, there are lots of ways you can demonstrate courage every day. You can do so by raising your hand in class, sticking up for classmates when they need it, or trying something new, even if you might look silly. So the next time you find yourself in a situation like Alex, take a deep breath and then do the right thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be afraid. God is always with you.
I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. When trouble comes, I will just stand there. When I feel your love, I will just stand there. When life's plans fail, I will just stand there. When all is well, I will just stand there. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. When I feel scared, I will just stand there. When
strong. When I sing this song, I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be strong and courageous. I will never be afraid. My God, you're always with me. I will never be afraid. My God,